Hello everyone, and welcome to the third installment in a 4-part series where I'm going to be showcasing 4 elemental builds that I've been working on. Now before I begin, remember that all these builds are highly optimized and can still work well with a few missing or different enchantments, and all the characters shown in this series are clones of my main, so that's why there's really nothing else in my inventory besides a gong. And without further ado, let's move on to this fire-focused build that I'm calling the Burning Brawler. Starting out with my weapon, I decided to use the Master's Katana. Now, this is a very, obscure, not widely used weapon in Minecraft Dungeons. It's actually, usually really low on people's lists. It wasn't even on my top 5 because I never thought to use it. It is okay, it's not too good, but I mostly took it because of the gilded and enchantments it has, and because it's actually pretty fun to use because of the attack combos and things you can chain. And speaking of that, for its built-in, we have gives critical hit or gives critical hit chance, which is basically just the critical hit enchantment. And then gilded, I have artifact use boost damage, so I'll just get a little damage boost every time I pop my potion or use my blast fungus. And as for the enchantments, I have fire aspect, void strike, and sharpness. Fire aspect because, well, this is a fire focused build and it's really the best fire enchantment besides maybe burning on a piece of armor. And then void strike for even more damage, it get that multiplier high up. And then sharpness because, that's a 33% increase at max tier, which is really helpful. And for the skills, we have pretty good halfway power along with halfway area. Pretty decent for this weapon, and then but low speed. There's nothing too high or too low besides the speed. Nothing super glaring or really draws your attention. It's kind of like an all-around decent weapon. For the armor, I decided to use the Ember robe just because it's pretty much the best fire-focused piece of armor. It has, for its skills, minus 40% artifact cooldown and plus 15 movement speed aura, along with built-in burns nearby enemies or burning. And for gilded, I got really lucky and I managed to get fire focused tier 3, which is really helpful because I really wanted these other slots. They're okay, I don't need one of them, but it was just really convenient that I ran into this. As for enchantments, I have Fire Trail, Final Shout, and Cooldown. Fire Trail just because, again, fire focused build. Final Shout, I'm not sure about the survivability rate of this. I've used it on 2 levels. I did okay. I only died once or twice, I'd say, on both of them individually. And then cooldown just because I want my artifacts back as fast as I possibly can with this, especially the blast fungus, because that really helps with the AoE damage. The bow that I decided to use is the Firebolt Thrower, which has range damage, explodes on impact for skills, and chance of chain reaction, or the chain reaction enchantment, built in. As for enchantments, I have Fuse Shot, Multi-Shot, and Void Strike. I believe it might already have Fuse Shot built into it, but this was really the only good Firebolt Thrower I managed to get. I didn't have that much time, and I was kind of in a hurry to get all these builds ready for you guys. So I'm just gonna have to go with this for now, but it's fine. I'm not sure. I'm guessing it does because it says explodes on impact. But nonetheless, I also have multi-shot just because it's always convenient, and void strike just to get that triple damage multiplier up. As you can see, we almost have a max bar of power with hardly any speed or ammo, which is unfortunate, but to be expected as that power bar is pretty much at the top. That's why chain reaction and multi-shot is so helpful, because you really got to be careful and precise, because you don't want to have too little time to get off a shot, but you also don't want to have too little ammo and not be able to fire your arrows anymore. And for the artifacts, I have the Death Cap Mushroom, which, like I always say, is essential for any melee focused build, just because of the extra weapon speed along with movement speed. Next, I have the Totem of Regeneration, just because I want to be able to get my health back pretty quickly, because potions do have a pretty decently long cooldown, so it's nice to always have a backup plan. And for my final artifact, I have the Blast Fungus, which is a really obscure and non-widely used artifact, just due to like it not being used in many like of those popular mainstream builds that a lot of bigger content creators are kind of pushing out. I really ignored this at the beginning, and I didn't realize how good it can actually be for like keeping crowds under control, like keeping yourself alive in combination with Final Shout. It's actually really powerful, along with a lot of specialized enchantments. Alright, and to start off with the first hit, 1,300,000. Pretty decent. You can see the Void Strike stacking along with this burning. Let me get close to the burning with the Ember robe. As you can, it's a lot of damage. This needs to be in range. Actually, that might be the fire from the weapon. I'm not too sure. Get some artifact boosted damage. As you can see, the Blast Fungus going off too. Yeah, overall, a lot of 8 million there. Pretty powerful strikes at a decent speed with the death cap. Let me go ahead and get the gong. And 5 million, 11 million with the gong. See the fire aspect going in the background. I don't think it changes the fire aspect. See when the gong wears off. Oh, it does. Okay, that's actually pretty cool. Didn't expect that. No fire. Yeah, I don't think the robe is doing that. I think it's actually the fire aspect from the sword staying there. Definitely better for more powerful enemies, like small minions, probably gonna one-shot them. But bigger ones like leafs or necromancers, this is probably really good against those guys. And for the crossbow, staying in like the 1 to 2 million. Pretty decent, 700,000. Get back a little bit. Yeah, there's the multi-shot. Out of arrows, okay. Overall, that's a pretty decent crossbow. I'm not too sure if the fuse shot, like I said before, actually applies. I think it already has fuse shot stacked. If I were to change that enchantment, I'd probably just go with either piercing. Yeah, I think I'll go with piercing actually. And finally, let's look at how the Blast Fungus performs. So here we go. About a little more than 500,000 damage. That's pretty good. Stacked up all together, like on a boss, if you stack them all up together, I think there's 5 flying out there at once. Either 5 or 6. Like, you're in the realm of like 2 to 3 million there. And that's not even without like the gong or even some Void Strike. Let me hit up some Void Strike. Okay. 1 million. I just saw. Okay, gong. 2 million. 4 million. I think I saw 5 in there. Mostly 3s though. You're doing a lot of damage there, like hitting all those at once. Probably around like, I'd say on a direct boss with a lot of Void Strike, I'd say you're probably hitting around like 5 to 10 million, which of course this Katana can deal in like less than half a second, but still, that's pretty good for an artifact. So overall, yeah, I'd say this Blast Fungus fits right in with this build. And of course, you can't see the burning with the Ember robe, when the Blast Fungus don't really shine against just one target. So like normal, I'm going to be going into an Apocalypse plus 25 level. I'll probably end up doing the Nether Waste this time, just so you can see how this build really performs in action. Alright, I think it's time for me to show you what this build can really do. Alright, so I've gone ahead and launched and loaded into the Nether Waste, so let's see what we... Uh-oh. Already. Give my distance. Got that. I think we'll be fine. Yep, we're good. Blast Fungus came in handy there. This totem. Come on, there we go. Totem. Stay back a bit. Just arrows are my only issue. Don't want to run out. I think I'll be fine. Final shout, thank you. Yeah, I'm good. Let's see what's next. Alright. Not too bad. Thank you. Arrows. Piglin. Not too bad. That. It's coming. Uh-oh. Ooh, that was close. Grab that. Get some health up before I go back. Alright. There's more. Alright, all good. Alright, so I think I'm going to stop the commentary here. I'll continue throughout the level in a small little short compilation. I know for sure that there's no boss in this, maybe a mini boss like a gas, but I think I'll just meet you at the end of the level and give you a little summary of what went down. Alright, so overall, I'd say I did pretty good. I did die once due to some enchanted double damage protection magna cubes, but besides that, overall, I didn't get too low on health that most of the time. I was able to keep up with the totem of regeneration and blast fungus due to Final Shout. I never really dropped below 25% during those tricky situations, but overall, this is a really fun, good build for crowd control. Or definitely would be really good in an online space with more people to back you up. Maybe like a tank, because this is kind of like a glass cannon. You can really deal out a bunch of damage, but it doesn't take that much to kill you too. Still a really fun build to use nonetheless, and I fully recommend you try to find the pieces for it. So before this video ends, I would just like to thank you for watching till the end, and make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Have an amazing rest of your day, and goodbye.